Hi everyone, today I'd like to do a simple construction for you by hand. I'm going to be constructing a square. This is something that we will do in the future using the product GeoGebra on your computers. But it's important to see this done by hand as well. As I do it by hand, pay attention to how the circle plays a role in the construction of this square. I will be using two tools today that you may have seen before. One is a protractor and one is the compass. I'm going to begin by drawing a simple line with my protractor. It doesn't matter how long the line is, but you should make it long enough because you'll be doing some work on it, so I usually extend it out a fair amount. On this line, I define a point. This is going to be the center of our figure, our square figure. I'm going to define a point right here, and I'm going to call that point A. So our first geometric construction is a line, and we have point A defined. Now what I'm going to do is create a circle in which to construct my square. In order to do that, I take my compass and I put it right on top. I can extend it out as large as I'd like to have the circle. Put my compass on the point A, and I can draw a circle that just goes in a sweeping arc around my point. You'll see that I made my circle a little bit larger than my line, so if I want to, I can always go back and simply extend this line. It's not going to be particularly necessary because we aren't going to be using that side, but I will draw it in there anyway. Now from here, what we have is another point defined over on this side here where we have an intersection between the line and my circle. So I am going to put a point right there, and I'm going to call that point B. What we've done is we have created the first side of our square. The first side of our square is going to be side AB. We will make three other sides that are going to be exactly the same length as AB, as that is one of the criteria needed in order to be able to construct a square. It should have 4 congruent sides. The second feature of squares is that it has 4 right angles. In order to do that, I need to make perpendicular lines that go through this first line, and in the first case, I'm going to make a perpendicular that goes through point A. In order to do that, I take my compass and I'll shorten it up a little bit. It should be smaller than the circle that you just created. Center your point at A, and then I make 2 hash marks, one there and one there. I made a little bit too big there. But now we have 2 tick marks on either side of A. What I want to do is take my compass, extend it a little bit larger, and I want to put the tip of my compass at the intersection of my tick mark in my line, and I'm going to make 2 sweeping arcs that go above point A. And I have another intersection point here that I can look at right there. What I'm going to do in order to create my line is now take my straight edge and align the intersection of the 2 arcs with point A, and I'm going to draw a line down like that. If I want to extend my line a little bit taller, I can do that as well. But again, like in this first step here where we define B, I now have a spot that intersects the circle in a different place up here. I can call this point C. what we've done at this point is we've defined the second congruent side to our square. AB is going to be the same length as AC. I know that because they are both radii of the same circle, and all radii are congruent. There are different options that we can, or different ways that we can construct our square from here. What I'm going to do is repeat the process over here at B that we did over here at A. So I'm going to just erase these tick marks here so we don't get confused for the moment. And I'm going to repeat what I did in this first step here to create the first right angle. I think I'll tighten up my circle, my compass a little bit. I can put one tick mark here and one tick mark about there. At this point, I will take my compass, open it just a hair larger than that. It doesn't matter how much larger. And I will make two sweeping arcs, one here and the other there. I will take my straight edge and draw a line from the intersection to point B. Notice that we don't know how long to make that line exactly. We can estimate it being in here somewhere, but we don't want to do that. We need 4 congruent sides. So I'm going to repeat this process one more time, and I am going to create a perpendicular at point C that goes horizontally. My first 2 are vertical lines. This will be a horizontal line. So again, I may just erase a little piece of this so that we don't get too confused. I'm going to tighten up my compass, and I will make 2 tick marks, one above C and one below C. I will take that first piece out there for us. So my second point is right here. Open up my compass just a little bit further. Maybe I'll open it a bit more, not to interfere with the other sweeping marks, and make 2 more marks here and here. I will take my straight edge, and my straight edge is going to align with point C and go through the intersection of my 2 sweeping marks, like so. So now I have constructed a square. I know that these 2 are congruent because they are both radii. Opposite sides are equal in a square, so this side should be equal to this side, and therefore this side should be equal to this side. And same argument here, that this and this side are opposite of each other from the definition of a parallelogram. Therefore, this side should be equal to that side as well. I also know that I have 4 right angles, one here at A, one here at B. I constructed the one at C, and then the third one comes together over here. We didn't construct that one, but we do have another point where these 2 lines cross at point D. I know that there are 360 degrees in the interior of a quadrilateral. If I have the 3 90-degree angles, that makes this one 90 degrees as well. So in this case, we have constructed a square. We haven't just drawn it. We have a precise construction of the square that should have perfect dimensions in sides and 90-degree angles. Thank you for watching.